Bracketology, presented by Dave Campbell's Texas Football, breaking down the 2022 Texas High School Football Playoff brackets. I'm Greg Tepper, and this lovely beauty is 1A Division II, the smallest classification in the UIL. We're talking six-man football, and one of the things that I love about the six-man football playoffs is because only two teams from each district make the tournament, you kind of get to the good stuff quicker, right? The first round matchups are better. The second round matchups are better. You don't have to kind of sift through the chaff to get to the really tasty matchups. And so I think when you take a look at this bracket, you're going to start to see some collision courses early in the playoffs. Let's start in Region 1 up here. Over here in Region 1, I think that the power nexus has to be in District 3, where you've got Balmorhea, the district champion, who beat in Week 11 Sanderson to win the district championship. That's a really important win for Balmorhea because it sends Sanderson for a first-round matchup with Klondike, which is a dangerous, dangerous team out of Lamesa. Keep an eye on him. I think that Whit Harrell has been playing their best football for about the past 5 weeks or so, and I think they're very dangerous. And then up here at the top, Groom, the Tigers. I don't know if anybody's really talking about them. I think we're going to find out exactly what the strength of District 1 is. I think we don't really know quite yet. I'm in on Groom, but I also think that that's a pretty tough path with Amherst and potentially Balmorhea in the second round. So a lot of balance here and a couple of questions up there at the very top. Let's go to Region 2. Over here in Region 2, you've got the number one team in 1A Division 2, the Benjamin Mustangs. They've got the single individual best playmaker in the state of Texas in Grayson Rigdon. He will be a huge X factor. Who can control him? But what's interesting is their first round matchup with Motley County. You want to talk about a team with pedigree, right? The record is not what they were hoping it was, but the pedigree is certainly there. Dangerous first round matchup here, potentially a second round matchup with a very solid Newcastle squad. Top half of the bracket's got a couple of teams I'm very interested in. Jayton's got a bit of an ugly record. They took some losses early, but they're all good losses. I think they're a team that can peak at the right time. Keep an eye on Throckmorton, which is a team I think people maybe forgot about earlier in the season, but I think that Throckmorton has an opportunity to make some noise. Let's go to Region 3. Over here in Region 3, I think this is the most wide open region of 1A Division 2. I think there's a few different places that you could go here. One of those teams, I think, would be Oglesby. Oglesby finishes the year undefeated. The Tigers have been very strong all year, but how much of that is a product of what is a kind of down district, right? District 11. And maybe we'll find out real early because I think that first round matchup with Iredell is dangerous. Oakwood, I think, is a team that's flying under people's radar. Very solid Panther squad there. I think that they have an opportunity to win this region if things break right. The team that I'm really interested in is Bluffdale, a program that maybe a lot of people haven't heard about, but I think that they are having their best year in program history. What they've had recently, they really control the clock on the ground, and their defense has been very good, but a really tough matchup with Calvert in the first round of the playoffs. Another team with kind of an ugly record, but great pedigree. How much does that matter in the playoffs? So Region 3, pretty wide open. Over to Region 4. And Region 4 is where you're going to find, I think, the most intriguing potential regional final, which would be a rematch in District 16 between Cherokee and Richland Springs. You may remember Cherokee ended Richland Springs' nearly 20-year playoff run, or district winning streak rather, with their win earlier. That is why Richland Springs gets put into what I think is the very dangerous part of the region here. First round matchup with Zephyr is no fun, and if they get Lorraine in the second round, that is major, major danger territory there for Richland Springs. Cherokee, I think, has a path to a regional final here. I think they're probably the strongest team here. Rising Star has an opportunity to make some noise, but how battle-tested are they? We know Cherokee is battle-tested. I still think we're probably heading towards the District 16 rematch, but I think there's plenty of landmines like Lorraine, like Rising Star, like Zephyr that can cause some problems. So when you take a look at 1A Division 2 as a whole, I think that there's actually some pretty good balance overall in this bracket. Up here, I really like what's coming out of District 3, although I think Klondike and Groom have something to say about it. Down here, Benjamin's got to be the team to beat, but I also think that if Jayton gets hot, they've got an opportunity to make some noise. Up here, Region 3, kind of anybody's ball game. A couple of different places you could go here. And then Region 4 maybe really feels like we're heading for a District 16 rematch in the regional final, which is going to make this all the more fun on this road to AT&T Stadium, and we will have you covered every step of the way at TexasFootball.com.